Hi everyone, this is Josh at CollectionDX. Today we're talking about the Brave Gokin 01 EX Legioss and Tread. For those of you who don't know, this is the Legioss. It was in Genesis Climbing Beta, and it was in the US as Robotech, the next generation. There have been a few stabs at making this toy in the past. There have been the original Gokin toy, then Toonami did a version, and now this one, CM's Corporation did this one. And I have a tough time with this toy, because everything that I say about it, you have to keep in the back of your mind. It costs almost $300. Okay, so when I say something is this is really fantastic, blah 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 blah, think, but it costs $300. That being said, so the set consists of two things. You have, of course, the Legioss and the Tread. There's a lot of controversy about the connecting mechanism, which we'll get into, but you can see it's a bar. And there's also a lot of controversy about metal, or lack thereof. So what we're going to do is we'll talk about each piece individually, and then we'll talk about the combination of the two. So we'll start off with Legioss. I'll just take this out of here for the moment. Okay, so here we go. It's small. It's light. I mean, very light. I had a scale somewhere in here, but I don't know where my kids took it or something. So, small, light, looks great. Looks really great, as a matter of fact. If you've read my reviews, you know that I am not a stickler for anime accurate. I couldn't tell you if the feet were big or if this vent looked wrong. I mean, I watch the shows, I like the shows, but I don't have every little line of the thing committed to memory. That being said, I know there's some issues with people complaining about, you know, the feet or this, or one thing I saw is maybe like the head sits a little low, but whatever. So it's first of all, the toy's Brave Gokin, which is CM Corporation's version of Solos Gokin, you would think, you know, lots of metal. And in the past, things like the Go Shogun and the Gaikutano and the Ingrams from Patlabor all contain tons of metal. This one, almost no metal. The only metal you're going to see in this toy is if you do stuff like, hey, look at that connector bar, it's metal. Or, you know, like, that bar, that's the metal. That's the metal of this toy. You would think, oh, we could make it, you know, part of the fuselage or the leg. No metal. So, essentially, all plastic with select metal connector parts. But it's stupidly solid, and so much like an actual toy that I wish I had this in like 1985. It's made out of that new Palm stuff, which is like it has the appearance of polystyrene, you know, like the stuff that like a regular model kit's made out of, but it's incredibly strong, at least from what I can feel so far. It looks like there's places where it should be fragile, but no, it's awesome. So I'll go through some of the articulation. You get feet in several places, knees. Listen to that click. Awesome. And it comes out there. You have a waist joint. You have shoulders, of course. You have now you got elbows that come. You can have them so they can go up like this, or they can turn and go like that. You have hands, which have articulated fingers, just a trigger finger, of course. And one thing I like about this, one set of hands, like one hand fits all, that kind of thing. You got a little door in the front here, which you could put actually a, if I can pull them out here, the little miniature ride armors, so you can have the ride armor in, you know, stowed away inside, which is kind of neat. Another cool thing is that there are all these compartments on it that open up, and there's a lot of them. And once again, you think these are going to be a little fragile and fiddly, but no, you're like, actually kind of, well, you know, once again, I got no thumbnails worth mentioning. I'm going to do this now that I'm like, you're going to see it. There you go, see, figures. Okay, so you see got little missile pods all over the place. They're on the legs. They're on the shoulders. They even like come with an additional missile pod, which goes on the shoulder here. So I mean, you can have, you know, even, hey, I don't have enough missiles. Boom, missile pod, more missiles. So I mean, the thing rocks. It's just really nice. And once again, the mantra, but the set costs $300. This would be a fantastic $45, $50 toy. You know, that's what I would say if I just saw this. $50, you know. If you put metal in it, like, you know, in the feet or in the body or something, you could maybe get away with $80, you know. I would say 80, 90, you know, like Toonami did, except this isn't crap. So now I'll show you the toy likeness. I'll show you the transformation from the you know, fighter to, I mean, robot to fighter, armor soldier, whatever you want to call them, okay? So here's the deal, okay? I've only done it a few times, so bear with me. As always, I forego familiarity with the transformation to bring you these reviews faster. So hands go in, no big deal. Okay, and arms go up. Okay, feet. Now, here's a neat thing, right? These legs have an interesting thing. You can open these little doors, and check this out. What do you think of that? That's kind of cool. Once again, very toy-like. Even the little doors are solid. You know? And then you can put these feet down. So it's basically the bottom of the thing. Straighten your arms out. And let's see what we gotta do next. Oh yeah, okay, so next thing is like the head area. Okay. Well, we can do it whenever, but you can turn these around. Listen to that click. Isn't that nice? So here's a little kooky thing with the head. The way the fuselage goes, if I can show it to you. So the head, of course, you know, goes like that, and then this comes around. Now, see, there's like a two-piece metal connector here. And it's kind of funky, and if you don't do it right, you know, nothing's going to break, but it's just not going to, you'll be like, why don't these pieces meet like they should? This opens too, but, so, the idea is you get these two holes on the top of the vents, and you get the two pegs on the back of that. What you have to do is make it so the joint kind of folds in and down. Now, so it'll meet up, and you can actually just kind of just push the joint down a little bit to make the connection nice and tight. Okay, and then this piece just folds in, this folds back, arms fold in like that. It's actually kind of tight, so it's like, you think, oh, I don't want to break it, but you're not going to break it. Watch me break it. Alright, so that, and just kind of pop those into the holes a little bit, and I feel that I don't have it in all the way. There we go. So, oh, these wings go out in the back. Alright, so you basically have jet mode here. A couple things I don't like. One is, there's no, you'd think there would be more, I don't know, pegs, I guess, to hold it in place. Like, one thing I did like about the Toonami design is that they had these little pegs on the bottom of the things that would lock it into the legs, made for a really solid mode, fighter mode. Don't have those here. And I think I've done this part wrong because they keep coming out, and normally it's like super solid. So anyway, underneath here we have landing gear that kind of come out like so. Which you need little itty bitty fingers to get it out. And actually I've been cheating. The Legioss comes with a sword, which like Legioss has a sword? Yeah, there was an episode of Must Payda where the dude has a dream, you know, where he's fighting dinosaurs or something, and he uses a sword to rescue a princess. Spinning wheels. And you get the front landing gear, which is right here. That one you don't need the little sword for. Metal. Okay. And I'm convinced I've done this wrong because that thing keeps coming out. And it really shouldn't. So I'm going to check it right now. And you can get a little idea of how the feel of the toy while I play with this. Yes. Okay. So what I didn't do is you really have to make sure you push this thing back. So it really just makes the connection tight. Yeah, you hear that? That's what you want to hear. That click. Like that, aha, you did it right click. But once you're there, you're solid. Alright. So, yeah, could use some leg kind of pegs for the thing to stay together a little better. And, you know, like a nice, like, hey, this is where it's supposed to go. Alright, and I also mentioned you had that extra missile bank. That can actually go here. You can't even see me. Go like that. Goes in the middle, and actually, you can take the gun, stick it in back there. You have kind of, you know, cool gun mode. Oh, and wait, there's more. You get missiles. They don't actually shoot, but kind of pop them in there. And rock on, you get kind of a nice, you know. So, I mean, once again, it's really nicely done. You gotta admit, I just wish it had metal. Little cockpit opens up, you get the little figure in there. The gun actually has a movable stock, and one thing I didn't point out is that it doesn't hold the gun very well. Would have done well with a peg in the hand to facilitate that whole thing. But, you know, they don't always do what you like. So here we go, okay? This is the Legioss, the Alpha Fighter, whatever you want to call it. Next, we're going to talk about the Tread, or Beta Fighter, as you call it. So, I'll be right back.